Nigeria, the Super Eagles' semi-final legacy. In the sun-drenched arenas of African football history, Nigeria's journey at the Africa Cup of Nations reads like a saga of soaring ambition, near-miss heartbreaks, and continental glory. For decades, the Super Eagles have been one of Africa's most consistent powers. Across more than 20 AFCON tournaments, Nigeria has reached the semi-finals many times, with deep runs becoming almost expected for this three-time champion, 1980, 1994, 2013. This year's path, a 2-0 quarter-final triumph over Algeria in Marrakesh, was told with scenes of dominance, rhythm and clinical finishing. Victor Osimhen, with his conference-stealing header, and Akor Adams, with a calm finish to seal it, wrote the next chapter in Nigeria's storied knockout pedigree. But beyond the current campaign, Nigeria's AFCON history ticks with memorable theatres of drama. 1980 AFCON. In their first great era, the Eagles lifted their inaugural continental crown, a seismic moment for a nation hungry for football identity. Semi-finals across decades, from the late 1980s to the modern game, Nigeria repeatedly pushed towards finals, often battling titans like Cameroon and Ghana, embodying African football resilience. 2023 runners-up finish. Just 2 years ago, Nigeria's march was halted in the final. Still, that run reaffirmed the Eagles' hunger and capacity to reignite belief with every new tournament. On pitch and in psyche, Nigeria's semi-final journeys have become part of the nation's footballing heartbeat, equal parts hope and history. Morocco, the hosts, the titans of the Atlas. If Nigeria represents sustained excellence, Morocco in this tournament is the embodiment of home ambition and resurgence. Centuries back on the AFCON stage, Morocco's last major semi-final appearance at this event was in 2004, over 2 decades ago. Their recent march, however, tells a story of revival and home soil pride. As hosts in 2025-26, Morocco has been a study in balance, disciplined defending, slick transition play, and a collective belief that they can write a new chapter in their continental chronicle. In the quarter-final, reigning semi-finalists defeated Cameroon 2-0, delivering a performance that fused technical poise with homegrown spirit, Brahim Diaz leading the charge with yet another goal in his eye-catching run. Yet historically, Morocco's AFCON story had long gaps. 1976 champions, the Atlas Lions claimed their only AFCON title nearly 50 years ago, a landmark that remains a source of national pride. 1988 on home soil, they hosted AFCON and reached the final in Casablanca, only to be beaten by Cameroon, foreshadowing this year's quest for a nostalgic glory. For Moroccan fans, this tournament is more than sport, it's a reclamation of continental relevance. The history of hosting, marred by puzzles and promise, now fuels a narrative of redemption and hope. Head-to-head, Nigeria versus Morocco, a rivalry reawakened. Now imagine two old African football dynamos converging under Rabat's lights, Nigeria and Morocco, each carrying their own legacy and aspirations. The head-to-head between Nigeria and Morocco has been intermittent but rich with texture. Across official and friendly encounters, their clashes have swung both ways, with Morocco holding a slight historical edge at times, and Nigeria replying emphatically in other eras. In AFCON tournaments specifically, Morocco beat Nigeria twice at the 1976 edition before going on to win the whole thing. Nigeria, however, surged back in 1980 to eliminate Morocco in the semi-final on their way to winning the title. Their most recent AFCON final tournament meeting before this one was debated but not frequently recurring, making this 2026 encounter the first competitive AFCON showdown between these sides since 2004. So, picture Rashidi Yekini's thunderous finishes echoing across time, the Atlas Lions' 1976 triumph painting fan murals in Casablanca, and today's artists, Osimhen and Diaz, ready to etch their own chapters. This semi-final isn't just another fixture. It's heritage versus ambition, diaspora memories versus home crowd fire, and two footballing cultures that have given Africa so much drama. This match, more than 90 minutes. When Nigeria and Morocco step onto the field on Wednesday at the Prince Moulay Abdallah, they carry Nigeria's semi-final traditions, relentless creative energy and a taste for late runs deep into tournaments. Morocco's home ground crescendo, a nation urging its sons forward to rewrite near-century-old memories of title drought and home soil heartbreak. A simmering head-to-head history rich with echoes, past wins, and future possibilities.
Stories like this remind us of the strength of Africa's past. If you believe the world should hear more, join us on Africo Multimedia, where culture lives, and legends never die. This has been Africo Multimedia, telling the untold stories of Africa's culture, history, and beauty. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more African stories.